Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. We meet again in the segment which I'm sure all of you are familiar with, Know Your Food. Today we will be discussing about additive-free food and clean label, the challenge to the food technologies. Let's all get to know our guests first. Firstly, we have Miss Vinnie from the consumer representative. Next, we have Dr. Aina Nadiah from Food Technologies team from the Nestle company, which is also the leading company in food and beverages. Actually, Dr. Aina had been here for a couple of times, so I'm sure some of you might already know her. Okay. Next, not to forget our regular guest, which had been here for almost most of our discussion. Which is Mrs. Camillias, our nutritionist. Last but not least, our special guest for today, Tan Sri Daniel from Denny Goldtech. Glad to have all of you here, and thanks again for accepting our invitation despite your busy schedule. Okay. Today, our discussion topic, as free additive food and clean label has been considered as trend among the consumers and also a challenges to food technologies. We will be discussing together by doing some sort of sharing session based on their opinions and experiences. Okay, before we are digging deeper into this, it is undeniable that the food is very important Okay, before getting deeper into this, it is undeniable that food is very important for us humans, and the consumer nowadays have been more concerned about what they eat. They will check and read the label through, and they will check and read the label on their food packaging before purchasing it. Consumers are now expecting food that without additive and clean label. So the question is what is meant by food additive and clean label based on different perspective. And the most important thing is what is actually the factors that drive the consumer's choices. I guess we should start with Miss Vinnie as the consumer's representative.
Okay, thank you, Moderator. As a consumer, what I know about the additive-free food is the food without adding in any chemical, preservative, and artificial substance that used to prolong the shelf life of the product and also enhance the nutrients, flavor, and coloring of the food. The additive-free food should be natural and real, that will not giving any side effect to our body. Consumer will prefer the additive-free food as they think that these foods are more healthy and safe. However, for the clean label product, consumers assume that clean label products are the product which is minimally processed and do not contain the artificial substance. So consumers are willing to pay at a high price for the clean label product and also the additive-free food, as they think that these foods are more healthy and safe when they consume.
Yes, nowadays the consumer are much more interested in the healthfulness of their diets. Therefore, additive-free food and clean label has becoming the latest trend. For your information, food additives are not inert ingredients. In fact, they are active and they may possess a real health risk. Those with immediate effect may cause headache, behavioral changes, or some immune responses such as food allergic. While those with long-term effect could increase the risk of getting cancer or other degenerative condition. Some food additives are carcinogenic to humans. For example, sodium nitrate and sodium nitrite in the processed meat can be converted into nitrosamine, which is carcinogenic and may cause cancer in human. Besides, there are some countries had banned carrageenan to be used as the gelling agent on the basis that it degrades to toxic polygenol in your gut and may promote inflammation of intestinal tract, and this ultimately will result in disease such as colon cancer.
How about the relationship between the food allergies and the food additive? Many people claim that they experience the symptom of the food allergies after they consume the food with many additives.
Many people believe that the food additive is the main source that cause adverse reaction after consumption of food. However, this food allergic reaction is only occurred to people who is sensitive to the specific ingredient. For example, people who are allergic to monosodium glutamate (MSG) will probably experience headache, chest pain, or depression after consumption of food with MSG added as flavor enhancer. Furthermore, sulfites, benzoate, and antioxidants are others common preservatives that can cause adverse reaction through allergic mechanism.
So actually it has an issue that have been Okay, actually there is an issue that has been reported before about the food colouring additive in margarine production. The yellow dye used for the margarine production is known as a butter yellow dye, which will enhance the yellow colour of the margarine and will make it more appetizing. So the problem is that the dye contain carcinogen, which has been mentioned by Miss Camillias, which will lead to the cancer. This may cause the cell to divide more faster than the normal rate, which also can increase the chance for the DNA to mutate. Okay, so but the butter yellow dye is no longer used for the production of the margarine, but it replaced by the beta carotene, which are natural food colouring that can increase the yellow colour of the margarine. Oops.
It seems like the addition of additive in food, especially the synthetic chemical, is not considered as a good choice, as the health issues present regarding to this. There are sayings that says everything is happen with a reason. Food additive that is added into our food has a specific function. So, Dr. Aina, as a food technologist, why is the additive is added to our food, and does it hard to make the food without food additive, and does the consumer demands affect the quality of the food?
Okay, thank you. Okay, it's actually possible to create a food without using a chemical food additive, but as we know that the food additive is used for the preservation, enhance the taste and the appearance, and improve the quality of the food. So without this food additive, it will affect the quality of the food. For example, the preservative used is for delay or prevent the spoilage of the foodstuff, and also prevent the alteration of the taste and appearance. So without this preservative, it will shorten the shelf life of the food, and because there is no substance
to delay or prevent the growth of microorganisms. Other than that, making changes from the artificial to natural is not that easy, because the instrumental analysis is essential to ensuring the color standard continue to meet the consumer expectation. Maintenance the consistency of the maintaining the consistency when using the natural food coloring is sometimes create challenges for the manufacturing and the quality color control. So it's hard to create a food without using the food color additive.
Okay, first of all, I would say thank you, because this is my pride to join this discussion. Maybe as to follow the food product development in additive-free food and clean label, the operating manufacturing cost will be increasing, and the price of the product can be higher significantly. Maybe price is one of the factor for the consumers to buy or not buy the product. Yes, this is true. And maybe it's very hard for the manufacturer to not use the additive. We are dealing with different raw materials. For example, orange product. It can be different orange that we harvest and on this week and the next week. Maybe the next week product of orange can be sweeter or maybe more sour, and then consumers want a consistent product. We cannot say sorry for this month product. Our product is more opaque because we imported the orange from other country. We cannot say that. Maybe sorry, this product can be maybe sweeter because this is not the period of orange harvesting. Consumers want consistent product, and I think this is the point of the using of food additives. Maybe if consumers want food without any food additive, they have to produce all of the food by themselves, harvesting by themselves, and every process they do by themselves. But in this era, people don't have much time to produce all of the food by themselves. And I think manufacturers will follow the regulation from the government or maybe the FDA regulation. And there are some food additives that is maybe before FDA or the government say this is safe, the food additive safe, they have do a research before, and I think we've used the food additive that is allowed by the government or FDA under the limit, under the maximum limit. I think it's very safe for our product. I think that's my point as the manufacturer.
Miss Vinnie, after hearing the explanation from food technologists, food manufacturers, and nutritionists, so which will you prefer, healthy food or tasty food?
Okay, nowadays they are getting more and more consumer concerned about their health, so many of us will choose the healthy food than the tasty food. Yes, we'll read through the ingredients and the label of the food before we purchasing it. So we will choose this product as we think that this product, the clean label product and the additive-free products, are very healthy and safe for us. So there's a fact that we can't deny that unhealthy is always associated with being tasty, but the taste is the main driver in food decisions. Hence, there are some consumers that will still prefer the tasty food than the healthy, tasteless food. So, for example, we know that the junk food like potato chips and the soft drinks are bad for us, as they contain the high level of the food sweetener, artificial coloring and flavoring, and also the sodium, but we still love the junk food so much. So as a consumer, we hope that we can get more and more products which are safe and healthy and tasty at the same time, so we can enjoy the tasty and also maintain our body health at the same time.
I think it's almost the time for me to make a conclusion. I bet it is very difficult for food manufacturers and food technologists to produce food that is tasty and healthy at the same time without adding the food additive. But undeniably, additive-free food and clean label is now become a trend for the consumer, and this is the demand and expectation of the consumers. Therefore, additive-free food and clean label is definitely will remain as the priority in the research of product. I think it will remain the priority in the research and product development in food industry moving forward toward the natural solution. Thank you so much for spending your time in this discussion.